Somebody's going to be looking for a little bit of cash to put in their pocket, along with a trophy. The OSR 250 at Daytona. The Ohio Sim Racing Cup Series gets kicked off right here on the Sim Racing News Network. Hello, I'm Sean Fitz. Thank you so much for tuning in on your favorite streaming platform. We are live, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. There is a place to stream. We are live, and the drivers of OSR are underway here. Qualifying, it's out the window. We got that done last weekend. Practice wrapped up. Pace lap underway, and we're going to go green flag here at Daytona in just a few moments. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've got a lot to cover, but we've got a little while to do it. So we'll be talking about cash being on the line for these drivers. And those two, we've talked to them a couple times throughout the week. Aaron Jackson, Wes Gilliland up front to start this race tonight. It's going to be really exciting to see what they're able to do. Again, qualifying is complete. It is going to be Gill and Jackson front row, Lucky Farley second row, Wood Ellis third, Zach Myers, Brent Van Meter, Cody J. Berg, Jay Jensen starting on the starting 9th and 10th. Over $100 in prize money on the line. There's a couple of criteria we've got to meet though, and we'll talk about that as the race gets going here. Man, I tell you what, I hope you have got your seatbelts buckled. Hope you're settled in. It's going to be an exciting 100 laps. Wes Gilliland, Aaron Jackson brings them to the green flag here at Daytona. Two by two, down into turn one for the first time here at the World Center of Racing, Daytona International Speedway. So far, that outside line not holding together. A lot of drivers put in a lot of effort this week racing, as you see a bunch of them heading down below that yellow line, giving up some spots because they know it is a long race. And the Cup Series was here, the Cup Series was here, the A-Car all week long. A lot of these drivers out there making moves throughout the week so they can come here and perform on Sunday. And no stranger to the front row, Richard Lucky on the bumper of TJ Wood takes the lead here at Daytona on lap 2. Oh, big check up middle of the corner there. I'm not sure who got tossed around, but everybody is dipping and diving. That got sporty in turn one. That's really going to break up the field here as Richard Lucky, last season's Xfinity champion. Won 10 plus races last season. Right now, up front, crossing the line, taking lap 3, Philip Ellis right behind him. Ellis, one of those drivers who chased Lucky all season. Last season in the OSR Xfinity action. Right in the trails again here of Lucky. This is not a style of racetrack that kind of favors one or the other in terms of driving style. You've got to be able to hold a pretty will, and you've got to be able to manage relationships around you and be patient over the long run of this race to bring home the trophy. The top 10 really scattered out right now, as we see Lucky, Ellis, Chris Lucky, Wes Gill, and our pole sitters falling back to 4th. He was our winner on Wednesday night Xfinity action. That was really great to see Wes bring home a victory. He'd like to go 2 for 2 this week. He's going to have Kyle Finlayson, Jay Jensen, Cullen Farley, Carl Phillips, Hunter Colbs on his tail. That big checkup in turn 1 that really diced up the entire field has got a lot of drivers scratching their heads. They're trying to find a way to get back up to the front. But we still have a long way to go here on the SRN. Again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in for tonight's coverage. Let's talk about tonight's format. And this may have changed in the last couple hours. However, we have got prize money on the line for these drivers tonight, just in case you needed the stakes to be even greater. Well, you're going to get them. This race is going to pay $50 to the driver who brings it home first tonight. So the driver finishing the race in the lead, the declared winner, will go home with $50, courtesy of a couple different sponsors. I know Hawk Dizzle Designs got involved. The SRN has got a little skin in the game. I know Family Tradition Racing has forked up a little bit of cash to make this really exciting for these drivers. So a lot of support surrounding this league race tonight. And then, as I mentioned, the SRN is going to cover $10 to the driver who's in the lead on lap 50. And then it looks like Pork Chop has agreed to do $10 for a random driver that completes all the laps. There's also a $10 league bounty out there for the driver who leads the most laps. And then a $20. Oh, we've got a little bit of action on the track. Everybody having to check up there. And that looks like the KTM drivers of Brandon Thomas, Matthew Helms. I think Ditto may have been involved in that as well. You see all the KTM drivers right there grouped together. Everybody is trying to really spread it out here in the early going. But as I mentioned prior to that little bit of a hiccup there, $20 to the driver who started the furthest and excuse me, who starts the highest in the field and then finishes the lowest. You definitely don't want to be part of that award. $20 to go to that driver. Right now, Richard Lucky out front, Philip Ellis running second, Chris Lucky running third. Those three drivers, they have separated themselves away from the field some 3 seconds. And they are nose to tail and starting to walk away. We take a look back here. Hunter Combs leads the pack. Oh, we're having some connection difficulties here. Bear with me. It looks like iRacing may have had a big moment there, at least on our end. We're back, though. Hunter Combs out front of the second pack. He's got Spencer Steinman in the 1 car, right on his bumper, and the 15 of Kyle Finlayson right there. This looks like a 6-car pack. These drivers 3.5, almost 4 seconds back from our leaders. And then that outside line of this second pack is trying to do something here. See if they'll be able to maintain that, or if they're going to continue to lose time to our top pack there of the Lucky Brothers and Philip Ellis. Oh, it looks like Steinman goes high. I think that top line's finally breaking up. They're finally realizing they got to get nose to tail. And the 1 car all by himself on the outside line. That's there for 4th and 5th. As Steinman starts to fall back, and he does. He gets in line behind the 60 car. I'm sorry, that's a 50 car rather, not the 60 car. That's Gilliland right there. That's our pole sitter. In the meantime, we go back a little bit further. And we've got Tyler Pursley right here, Bill Tomer, still Langford, all fighting in this pack. This is a pretty big group of drivers here, including the KTM drivers. All kind of right here sticking together. KTM, it's really easy to spot that team and with those paint schemes, and you know they'll be working together. And those Ford Performance Mustangs. Let's take a look here through the running order so far. Aaron Jackson, he has been running several races this week. He's put in a lot of effort to try and grind out some good performances here at Daytona. And on lap 11, he's currently down 27 spots. He started on the front row, and he continues to fall back. The good news is that two car of Aaron Jackson's got a clean nose and a good chance. Still with just under 90 laps remaining here at Daytona. Aaron Jackson's mom, I always do it every week. Hi, Miss Jackson. We appreciate you tuning into the SRN. Keep an eye on Aaron here as he continues to progress back through the field a little bit, knowing there's probably going to be a caution somewhere down the line, and he does not want to be involved in that at any rate. In the meantime, we take a look here at our lead pack. We talked about them starting to break away, and I do believe that is now not the case. Behind Chris Lucky, Hunter Combs, and that second pack, not only have they gained a car, but they've also got their shit in order. They're single file on the bottom, really starting to make time. They've made up they made up 3/10 in the last lap or two. And Hunter Combs actually is going to dip to the outside. He looks like he's going to let Finlayson probably take the spot here. I don't know if Hunter felt comfortable up front, but he's going to fall back behind Steinman and a couple other drivers there. He may settle in right behind Ryan Pelfrey. I'm sorry, that's still Langford. He probably will fall in behind. No, he's actually able to get behind Myers as Langford falls back just a little bit, or Langford falls back a little bit. While we are talking about this, it looks like Carl Phillips paid a visit to pit road here the last couple laps. A little bit of early strategy maybe starting to come into play here. Oh, and the caution is out. And it looks like Willie Howells may have left the track. Oh, but he's all by himself there. Let's go back and take a look and see if we can find out exactly why he is in that position. Oh, no, he certainly had a little bit of help. One of the KTM drivers. Oh, you know, he just got on the apron, and then it looks like a KTM driver was with him down there, I believe. I'm not quite sure exactly who that was. But nonetheless, caution's out for the first time tonight here at Daytona on lap 14. Let's take a look at who that could have been. I do not believe it was Cody Ditto. It looked like one of those KTM painted Mustangs, but it may have not have been. But either way, we're under caution for the first time tonight here on lap 14 at Daytona. The OSR 250, the season opener for the Ohio Sim Racing Cup Series. This entire league this season sponsored by Hawk Dizzle Designs and West Gillen Body Shop, or Gillen Body Shop. We appreciate their support coming on board with OSR for this season. Due to their support, the SRN is going to be here covering over 50 races between now and the summer. And we had a little bit of trickery there, and a couple drivers elected to stay out. Our leader, our top three actually, and then Wes Gillen decided to stay out. Everybody else coming down pit road. Oh, it looks like John Chappell may have made the decision to stay out. He did. This is going to shake some stuff up as these drivers get ready to come off of pit road. Led by Kyle Finlayson there. Spencer Steinman moving. There's Hunter Combs. The KTM drivers right there, all three. There may be another one there that's coming off of pit road. I'm wondering if that is who could have been involved in that little incident. Don't see it, though. But nonetheless, we're under caution for the first time tonight here on the SRN for the Ohio Sim Racing 250 at Daytona. We're going to step away for just a moment. You're watching the Sim Racing News Network. The drivers getting the signal of 1 to go here as they cross the line to start lap 16 of 100 for the OSR 250 here at Daytona. After talking, or after that commercial, taking a quick moment to speak with everybody, it was Cody Jayberg, the driver involved in that incident with that car, that car coming off the apron. He is currently on pit road, as well as Hunter Combs coming down for service once again. Also looks like Chris Hockley in that 14 elected to come down one more time, as Philip Ellis and Richard Lucky lead them around side by side. Again, the pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing. I know many of you are excited that the Daytona 500 is getting ready to go back green if they're not already on the Fox network, but just so you know, we have no rain delays here regardless of what's going on. We're going to wrap up these 100 laps, so make sure you stay tuned to the SRN, because you're not going to miss a single lap of racing here. Pace car is going to duck back off pit road. That front row, Richard Lucky, Philip Ellis, getting ready to go back green flag racing here at Daytona's. That driver in third place, Wes Gillen, chops the top, or chops down to the bottom. He wants to make sure he gets in line early. But that may have thrown him and Kyle Finlayson off a little bit. Single file, nose to tail, Lucky Ellis up front. Top 5 single filed out while the rest of the field is loosely side by side. Again, a long way to go in this race, and a lot of drivers just kind of looking to be patient here. Don't want to push the issue too much. It's actually sometimes more of a race to who could go backwards the fastest than it is who could go forward, as we nearly see some 3-wide action, and you're going to expect a lot of side-by-side racing here from these drivers as we go through the evening. That's to be expected. That is that is what makes Daytona very special, in that it is restrictor plate racing. Everybody, it's all about momentum and keeping everybody grouped together. Makes it a lot of fun to watch, but it also makes it extremely treacherous. It makes it about trying to really just preserve your car through the end of the race. Richard Lucky, as I mentioned up front, last season's Xfinity champion. Richard Lucky, that driver is, he's impressive anywhere and everywhere we go here on most tracks and most cars. Everybody will tell you Richard Lucky is the driver that you've got to try and beat pretty much everywhere we go, and currently right now leading on lap 20. A little further back, that outside line is starting to come together. That's the 12 car out there of Jason Warren making a big run with some help from the 9, who unfortunately just got left on the high side by himself up there. That's Jeffrey McConey. That's going to leave a mark. There's the 12 car. Ducks to the bottom, gets clear of Richard Lucky. And Jason Warren's going to lead lap 21. Or lead coming to lap 21 as the 9 car is going to continue to fall back here tonight. And the early going here at Daytona, everybody maintaining that bottom line. Nobody else coming up there to help. He's falling back, but not as fast as you would think. He's using some of that side draft on the 9 car. Staying right alongside Wes Gilliland in the 50, just using a little bit of side draft to try to keep up the momentum. And as you see, nobody's willing to go up high there right now. Again, very early in this race. We're only a fifth of the way through so far as we cross the stripe there to come to lap 22. And nobody wants to push the issue early. They want to have a car to go to the end. Again, we talk about a lot of the prize money on the line. $50 to the winner tonight. There's also a $10 prize for the driver leading at lap 50. Driver that leads the most laps will also get $10. There's a lot of different variables here. If you want to find out what the latest jackpot was and how these drivers could be taking home some money, you can head on over to Facebook, do a search for Ohio Sim Racing. All the latest information can be found there any day of the week, including including today. But you can also head on over to ohiosimracing.com to get signed up, find out the upcoming races, how to get scheduled to run with this great group of drivers, and so much more. ohiosimracing.com. Right now, Brandon Thomas in that 8 car looking really good in that KTM paint right behind the 17 machine of Still Langford. We talked about KTM. Those drivers are really easy to pick out of a crowd, and right now they're motoring. Cody Jayberg rather, was involved in an incident a little while ago. But that leaves Zach Myers, Brandon Thomas, and Ryan Pelfrey. I believe that's Ryan there in the 44. Yeah, it is. To have a shot to bring home the victory for that group of drivers. Then you've got Richard Lucky rather. I believe Philip Ellis is part of that team as well. And they're all running towards the front. Looks like the 9 machine finally found an opportunity to get down on the bottom. He's currently running third there of Jeffrey McConey. You've seen him push the 12 machine up there just a little while ago. On past Richard Lucky, and the 12 decided to come on down. Top 10's running single file here at lap 25 of 100. There's a lot of patience so far tonight here on the track. We had a little bit of a moment there. It looks like Jeff By and Cullum Farley may have gotten together. Let's go back and take a quick look. Or maybe not. Oh, nope, that was a big moment there, back there towards the back of the pack. That's Jeff By Jr., Cullum Farley involved. Cullum on the apron, a couple cars got diced up there. Still green flag here as those drivers get those cars collected back up. In the meantime, that 9 machine out front right now, but he's in trouble. He's back on the outside. Then Richard Lucky's going to be right there. And Lucky in the 41. Oh, we're going to have some 3-wide action right here as these drivers are on the hunt for the front row. That's Kyle Finlayson, Spencer Steinman making a strong run on the outside. That's a 9 car in the middle. The 3-wide right now for second place. Kyle Finlayson trying to hang on to that outside line. He's trying to bring Steinman with him. And then he's got the, who is that? That's the 07 of Zach Myers, I believe that's up there. Car on the apron in the meantime. Jeffrey McConey and Jason Warren Able to kind of get back out in front of the field as you see Finlayson starting to fall back a little bit. That outside line starting to come apart. Steinman goes down to the bottom. Jason Warren, rather, is now on the outside of our leader. The outside line all of a sudden coming back into the picture as they go off in the entrance of turn 2. And we're back 3 wide here. Zach Myers goes to the third lane. Myers not afraid to do something there. He's got the 12 of Jason Warren underneath him. Kyle Finlayson on the very bottom. Oh! Into the wall, I believe, that Myers, leading that group, may have found the outside wall of turn 4. In the meantime, now our new leader, Jeffrey McConey, in the 9 out front on the bottom. And just like that, things get sporty with Richard Lucky on the bumper. That outside line all of a sudden coming apart once again. It looks like the 15. And what is that? That's Ryan Pelfrey in the 33. He's on the outside trying to get something done, but Kyle Finlayson's not going to let him in. Myers again back up front. Or mired in the pack a little bit. He's got a little bit more of a managed car as that outside line starts to come back together. These outside runs have been impressive here over the last couple laps as we cross the stripe to go to lap 30. Thought Warren was going to try and come down and get that gap that's on the bottom, but he doesn't, and the outside line all of a sudden has really come together, and the two smaller packs have now turned into one. And this lead group of drivers, now everything's up for grabs as you see Pelfrey right there, Jason Warren behind him, Kyle Finlayson to the side. This is all being led by Jeffrey McConey. Out front in the 9. That's Richard Lucky. Spencer Steinman's right there as well. This really broke up Philip Ellis, who's right now fallen back to 7th. Wes Gilland is back to 8th right now. They're just kind of cruising at this point, it looks like. Zach Myers has fallen back nearly out of the top 10 as things got really wild there early. You see the 33 of Pelfrey on the outside trying to hang on. He's outside the 1 car of Steinman going through 3 and 4. That outside line all but gone now. And there's a couple drivers we haven't talked about in a few minutes. That's Brandon Thomas on the outside line trying to make something happen for Team KTM. And that's Ditto that I believe he's got on the bumper right there. It is. They're moving towards the front on the high side. They're going to quickly catch up to Pelfrey here. Ditto having some trouble trying to figure out where to go. And they get separated. Ditto goes to the bottom. Brandon Thomas is going to join him. Welcome to the top 10. Again, the 9 car up front. Jeffrey McConey, Richard Lucky, Spencer Steinman running 3rd right now. Kyle Finlayson 4th. And the 12 machine of Jason Warren, one of the first drivers there to make a big run on the outside, is currently running 5th. Let's do a quick check on our pole sitters right now. Wes Gilliland, he's riding around on the bottom, just trying to stay out of trouble. Again, our pole sitter for tonight's event, setting the fastest lap last weekend, currently running 10th. And then we run through the running order here a little bit. Aaron Jackson, right now, he's currently showing 30th all by himself in the 2 machine. Again, I do believe this is probably by design by Jackson. He knows how long these races could be. He's ran several full-length races this week. He knows the deal here. He's going to hang back a little bit. One of the last cars on the lead lap here on lap 34. Jeffrey McConey, Richard Lucky, Spencer Steinman, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. But they may have a little bit of trouble brewing here as looks like that's the 12 machine. It is. He's out, or he's alongside the KTM cars with Ryan Pelfrey right behind him. Pelfrey's been trying to do something on that outside line, but all of a sudden again, it's just those two drivers. Oh, we see somebody step out. That may have been one of those KTM drivers. Actually, I think that may have been, oh, let's take a look. Who? I'm not quite sure who that was. That got out of shape on the bottom. That may have been Jeffrey Johnson we've seen. In the meantime, the 12 car is looking for a place to try to get back in line. He's going to have to hang out on the outside. He's got no help outside of the one. He's going to try and utilize the side draft here at Daytona. A lot of drivers make that work for him. It just slows down the car next to you. And then by proxy keeps everybody right there. But it takes a set of skilled drivers to not make anything of that, or make anything of it. In the meantime, these this lead pack of cars, they're about to catch up to Aaron Jackson again, our pole sitter. Or our front, he sat on the front row. He's going to go a lead. He's going to go lap down early here on lap 36. As he goes high and falls back on the field. That 12 machine on the outside of Kyle, or I'm sorry, that's Jason Warren. Kyle Finlayson side by side. Cody Ditto, Brandon Thomas, KTM drivers nose to tail on the bottom. Tyler Pursley, Jeffrey Johnson, and Philip Ellis, who started up front early tonight, is currently running 10th. Again, such a long way to go here in this race. Just lap 37 of 100 here on the SRN. Again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Let's keep in mind what's at stake here. It'd be really nice to start a race or start the season off with a win. And Richard Lucky knows how that would knows that winning is really important. He did so, I believe it was 12 times last season here with the Xfinity drivers, and so it was such a strong driver with this group. OSR put together a bounty to get somebody to knock him off the throne, and that finally happened. Richard Lucky is going to be a driver to contend with throughout the season. And everybody would love to finish or start the season off with a win. You see Kyle Finlayson moving in front of Cody Ditto. They're stalling that outside line run. Steinman's going to go high. They're really going to sucker these bottom cars. Look at that gap that's going to be created. And it looks like the 9, the 40, the 41 is going to duck down pit road. Several drivers are going to follow Richard Lucky here. This may be a team call. That's Philip Ellis. Wes Gilland on pit road. They did not pit yet. That's Chris Lucky. Those drivers coming down pit road on lap 39. Green flag pit stops underway for that crew. In the meantime, the 9-car McConey out front, but he's going to have a little bit of trouble. The 12-car on the outside is back up there with Warren Brian Pelfrey on the bumper as well. The KTM drivers of Ditto and Thomas on the bottom. Steinman's right here. All of a sudden, this front pack, side by side, going through 3 and 4. We had a driver on the apron just a moment ago. We got 2 drivers now. Looks like they're coming down. Trying to get a glimpse of who that was that came down pit road. Oh, that's Jeffrey Johnson. And I cannot read the other car there that came down. Oh, that's Blake Ripley and Tim Likens on pit road. In the meantime, we come back here to the front pack, and things are still chaotic, but the 9-car is leading with Ryan Pelfrey finally getting down to the bottom line. Pelfrey in second spot, the 12-car of Warren being pushed by Steinman. And just like that, 1 lap difference goes from a very crowded front pack to all of a sudden everybody scattered out as we've got another driver getting ready to go a lap down. And that's Chris Lucky, I believe, and they're just blending. Lucky trying to find a place to fit in here. He's up against the wall. I believe Richard as well has blended in. I'm not quite sure. He's right there in the 41. And those drivers, I do believe, will be a lap down. They are. A little bit of a lead change here on lap 42 is the 12 car. On the push from Spencer Steinman's going to lead that lap. They're going to have to work by some of this lap traffic here. I believe that's Richard Lucky up there on the high side. Going a lap down. They're getting ready to go a lap down. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I believe that's Richard Lucky and maybe Jayberg. No, that wasn't. Nope. Yeah, I believe that was Richard. I'm not sure who that is pushing him, though. Maybe Chris. It's not Chris, actually. We're just going to quit trying to guess here. We may see some additional pit stops happen here in the next 5 or 6 laps. As the rest of this crew finally going to run through a full green flag cycle. These drivers will need to come down and get fuel. As Wes Gilliland, Richard Lucky, and crew that pit just a little while ago had not come down pit road yet. When the pit road opened during that last caution, so the rest of these drivers who did come down, well, we're starting to have some fuel issues here in about 5 to 7 laps. 2 and 3 wide with this front pack. Steinman upside or outside on that very high line. Looks like he's going to try and make a run. I believe that's Finlayson out there. They both think better of it. Steinman tucks back in behind the 12. So far, an impressive run for Jason Warren, and that 12 car has done a really good job of maintaining his spot on that outside line, even without the help. And right now, he's got the 1 car of Spencer Steinman right on his bumper, shoving him through 3 and 4. As we see the 34 car coming down pit road as well. Steinman's going to poke back out. I don't think he's going to try and make that pass. We've seen that move by Steinman last time by as well. Ryan Pelfrey in that 33 trying to get the push on with the 9 car. Believe it or not, we are closing in on halfway already. 1 caution so far here tonight. These drivers have done a heck of a job keeping it clean here. Staying patient, as a lot of these drivers know. Still quite a long way to go. We're about to find out who's going to be the winner of the halfway prize pool, sponsored by the Sim Racing News Network. In just 4 short laps. Couple other cars going to lap down here. Oh, and the 12 had to take evasive maneuvers. Oh, that's going to catch the 8 of Brandon Thomas in a wreck. Everybody tried to avoid it as the 8 car is sideways across the track. No caution yet. I'm not sure why that did not bring a caution out. You see the KTM driver. There it is. Caution's out. Brandon Thomas in the wall. I'm sorry, that may be Ditto that was in the wall there. Jason Warren also involved in that. Let's go back and take a quick look. It looks like Jason, he may have got caught in the wall there. That may have kicked off this whole thing. That looked pretty wild there. Looks like Carl Phillips has had to tow as well And caution is out for the second time tonight here on lap 47. Let's take a look at some of these cars that are on pit road. Trying to get a good view of them here. It looks like the 8 machine on pit road, the 23 car also on pit road. Jason Warren, the 12 machines on pit road. He was our leader for a good portion of laps tonight and did a respectable job. We were just talking about how he was able to hold that outside line by himself fairly well. He's on pit road. We should see a good portion of this crew come down pit road and take fuel and tires. And there you have it. Ryan Pelfrey's going to lead them down. Steinman's coming. Here comes Finlayson, the whole crew. Cody Ditto. And crew, it looks like a bunch of cars. Looks like that's going to capture the majority of the field. Jeffrey McConey's going to stay out in that 9 machine. Looks like he is going to stay out. And we'll see how that plays out for him here as this race continues to cycle through. We're going to take a quick moment. Step away. You're watching the Sim Racing News Network. Getting ready to go back green flag racing here on lap 50. And it looks like our leader right now, Jeffrey McConey, is going to be our official winner of the $10 halfway prize pool, sponsored by the Sim Racing News Network. Congratulations to Jeffrey on staying out there and staying up front. It looked sketchy early on. Looked like he was going to have some trouble, but he was able to hang on up there and win himself $10 here. Another $50 going to go to the winner tonight. I am sure the 9 car would love to stack that and walk away here with some winnings. And what I believe is his first league appearance here with OSR. Let's take a look at the top 10 as they get double file. Oh, it looks like they're going to go green flag next time by. But let's take a quick look at the top 10. After those pit stops, Tyler Persley. He's currently showing second right now. Spencer Steinman's running third. Trying to figure out what's going on with Pelfrey here. In the 33. Oh, that's Tyler Persley, and I have been calling Pelfrey Persley the entire time. Sorry about that, Tyler. We'll get that corrected there. I really thought that was Ryan Pelfrey. Ryan's in the 44 tonight. And a little further back. But anyway, Spencer Steinman's running third. Cody Ditto fourth. Britt Van Meter up to the top 5. Jeff By Jr. running 6th. Ryan Pelfrey into 44. He's running 7th right now. Bill Tomer, Kyle Finlayson, and Eric Myers rounding out the remainder of the top 10. The pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to come back. Green flag racing here. We're officially past the halfway point of tonight's OSR 250. Right here on the Sim Racing News Network. I'm Sean Fitz. I appreciate you tuning in. So whatever your favorite streaming platform is, you're going to find us there. Make sure you get connected, follow, subscribe, do what you need to do to get connected to the Sim Racing News Network. Over 50 additional races coming up between now and June. Between Trucks, Cup, Xfinity, and a couple other surprises we've not announced yet. All coming to the SRN Network between now and the first week of June of 2021. McConey out front. Persley right next to him. Pace car is going to duck down pit road. And the green flag is back out here at Daytona. And Persley on the outside is going to get stuck. That's going to let Spencer Steinman get right to the bumper of the 9 and start pushing him ahead. Cody Ditto's now back up to third. Britt Van Meter's up to 4th. Outside line not materialized yet, as we see a little bit of a jockeying for position back there towards the back of the field. But in the meantime, that outside line not there. Jeffrey McConey out front. The set of green flag stops did set with McConey not coming down pit road, did set a couple drivers, lock them a lap down right now. I only show we've got 19 drivers on the lead lap, but we should eventually see them cycle through. I don't think it's too late. In the meantime, we see Ryan Pelfrey. He's back up there. He's up there towards the front. And that KTM Ford, he's going to have a chance to get up there with Ditto eventually. Cody running third right now. Right in front of Finlayson. While the top 5 is single filed out. Let's take a look at some of the drivers stuck a lap down. Phillip Ellis, Aaron Jackson, again, the outside front row driver of Aaron Jackson, right now stuck a lap down. Wes Gill, John Chappell, TJ Wood. I believe Richard Lucky, who had to come down pit road before all that happened, he was able to stay on the lead lap. He's currently running 16th. Good break for him. Jay Jensen right in front of him. 07 is Zach Myers. And Brandon Burkhart showing 13. Dave Whitney and the 626. The 95 of Bill Tomer. And the 30 there of Will, what was that, Dravecki? Will, if I butchered that, I apologize. All these drivers knocking on the door of the top 10. In the meantime, though, it looks like we're going to see the 9 car come down pit road. Our winner of the halfway driver sweepstakes, halfway pot sweepstakes, finally giving it up. And he's going to come down pit road. That's going to give Spencer Steinman in that one machine the lead here at Daytona. It's also going to put Cody Ditto running second right now. Right behind him, the 33 car of Persley. That 33 is hung tough outside all night long. And making it look fairly easy all by himself out there running in the top 5. Looks like TJ Wood may have had a moment back here. Oh, he did. That's going to send a couple drivers around. That's Zach Myers also involved in that. No caution. That was a pretty big hit to that outside or that road course 1 wall there. But no caution right now. Steinman out front. Persley trying to hang on, again utilizing that side draft to stay up here with the top 2. Cody Ditto's on the bottom, but Finlayson's going to drop him. He's going to move to the rear bumper of the 33. All of a sudden, the outside line is in contention with Britt Van Meter in the 27 starting to make a run. Big push for Finlayson's going to put the 33 out front for the first time tonight. 33 gets out there in front of the 1 of Steinman. But all of a sudden, here comes Van Meter right to the bumper of Finlayson. Side by side here at Daytona. On the start of lap 58, again, 100 laps here, but these laps are quickly starting to wind down. These drivers have put practice in all week long. Qualifying was done last weekend. And these guys have had opportunities to run A, B, and C cars all week here, and a lot of them have been running full-length races, running NIS. Trying to get a feel for what's going to happen. Not only from a car standpoint, but from a strategy standpoint. And you see Persley there. They're all fighting with some lapped cars at the moment. You see the 9 machine, McConey on the high side. He's going to go a lap down. He's going to look for an opportunity to blend in. In the meantime, he's actually going to do so right on the inside of Kyle Finlayson. Did you see the KTM driver, 71 of Cody Ditto, currently running 3rd. He was on the bottom there for the longest time. He's decided to move up and pick up Spencer Steinman. They're going to shove Steinman right onto the front here on the outside. That's Persley. And the 9 machine of McConey there on the bottom. They're doing really well to hang on with that outside line. Just does not get formed up. And they're going to lose some cars. They're going to lose all the help they had there as the outside completely breaks apart. And Cody Ditto right now running 3rd. Again, the driver of that 9 car had to come down pit road just a little while ago. He stayed out during the caution. Was able to tuck in behind the 33. He is looking to stay the first car a lap down. We've got somebody taking some really evasive maneuvers down through road course 1. I'm not sure quite exactly who that was diving down there. Well, they went for a ride. In the meantime, the top 10 all single filed out right now. I believe that was Jeffrey Johnson who sent that car for a ride. Let's see if we can find it here. Yeah, it was. Ooh. And he's probably going to have a penalty there. He's able to keep that car straight, though. I believe Brandon Thomas may have also towed to the pits there. Amongst all that as well, the 27 car. Probably getting ready to call it a night here in that KTM Ford. A disappointing race for Pork Chop, who said he was going to put together a pretty strong run here. He said that he had some chrome horns to hand out tonight. It looks like he's going to be the one trying to find that unlucky horseshoe. Or try to find that unlucky horseshoe and throw it out the window of that machine. In the meantime, the 9 car, while a lap down, is leading this pack. Tyler Persley scored our leader right now. Spencer Steinman, Kyle Finlayson, Britt Van Meter, Cody Ditto rounding out the top 5. For the most part, everybody's single file here. We have 2 cars on the high side there. I believe that may be Ryan Pelfrey and Jay Jensen on the outside. That is not Pelfrey, but it looks like, oh, that's going to be... That may be... Man, it is tough to pick these new paint schemes out. Well, let's take a look here. I don't think that car is actually on the lead lap. Oh, big move there. The 77 hits the wall. That's going to cause a couple cars to get involved. The 14's going to go for a wild ride of Hockley. And caution's going to be out. Chris Lucky. That was the 77. He just completely lost it there. And he's going to collect a couple cars. That's the 4. Also involved. Looks like everybody else is going to get checked up in time. But that's going to bring the caution out right now. On lap 65, Tyler Persley is your leader. So this is where strategy is going to get very interesting. I think from here on out, I don't think you can make it the whole way on a fuel run. But you've got several drivers, very fast drivers. Philip Ellis, Zach Myers. He may have some damage now. Wes Gilliland. Aaron Jackson's got a fast ride and a clean ride, it looks like. But all those drivers a lap down right now. What do they do, assuming that the 33 of Tyler Persley comes down pit road? We're going to see what he does here. If the rest of this pack decides to come down, this is a big gamble for a lot of drivers. Does this lead pack come down and then hope to try to stay out and let things cycle through? We're about to find out. It's all going to start with Persley right here as he's above the yellow line right now. And he's going to duck down, and so is Steinman. That's going to bring a couple drivers. That's Finlayson. That's Cody Ditto and the 44 of Ryan Pelfrey. A couple other drivers. That is going to be the entire front pack that's going to come down. This is going to give an opportunity. Actually, I did not catch this. This may be interesting. Jeff McConey, he's going to come down pit road. He may be the recipient of the lucky dog. I believe he is. This may all cycle out. Philip Ellis may be our leader after this is all said and done, as he's going to get his lap back, I do believe. That's also going to give Wes Gilliland an opportunity to get caught up. Aaron Jackson as well. We're going to wait for scoring to settle through, but I do believe everybody on the lead pack cycle through, so that should generate a set of waiver rounds. We'll see how this looks. I know Aaron Jackson is at least going to get his lap back right here. We saw him tucked in behind the pace car. TJ Wood very well may as well. Let's take a look here. Who else is going to be potentially getting... that's, what is that? Willie Howells is probably going to get his lap back here. Cullen Farley, Tim Likens. There's a lot of drivers that have a potential to get back in a good spot right here. As we're under caution on lap 66, we're going to take this moment and step away one more time. The Daytona OSR 250 right here in the SRN under caution for the third time. Pace car getting ready to duck back down pit road. You're right now, Jeff Bide Jr., Tyler Persley leading the front pack. And we're back. Green flag racing here as they come to the stripe on lap 68. And you see Eric Myers duck in really quick there and try to get back to the bumper of the 33. We continue to probably screw up some of these names. It looks like scoring is having a hard time trying to keep everybody squared up. But in the meantime, the 33 of Tyler Persley right now out front. Will Draveski is going to try to make a run on the outside. That's Britt Van Meter up there tangering with these drivers in the top 5 as well. We talked about the opportunities of a couple of these drivers. Philip Ellis gets back on the lead lap. Wes Gill and Chris Hockley also giving them all an opportunity to salvage a finish here. But we're going to have a couple drivers who are going to have to pit probably one more time. Actually, they will have to pit one more time. And we'll see how that plays out. In the meantime, we've got a push for a lead change. Eric Myers on the outside is able to get a run on the 33. The 30 of Draveski, or Dravicki rather, is going to try and give him a shove. Oh, and caution's out on the racetrack once again. This field's going to get checked up. Let's take a look here and find out exactly what happened. Got a couple cars having some trouble on the backstretch. I believe that's George Smoller. He was down on power. I believe he may have made a right-hander there just to finish that car off, and caution's out on the racetrack. Eric Myers scored your leader right now in the 96. The 33 machine of Tyler Persley, Will Dravicki, Bill Tolmer, Britt Van Meter Now, Jeffrey McConey in that 9 car. He pit earlier, stuck it out. He's back up into the top 10, currently running 6th. Hunter Colb's running 7th. Cody Ditto running 8th. Kyle Finlayson 9th, and Spencer Steinman rounding out the top 10. Now, with that being said, everybody can come down pit road here and for sure make it on fuel. This will give everybody an opportunity to top off those tanks, and if we go green flag the rest of the way, they're okay. And I'm going to say probably a lot of drivers feel they're okay and in the bubble here. Actually, we're going to see a couple drivers break off. That's going to start with Jeff By Jr., the 41 of Richard Lucky, Phillip Ellis, Wes Gillen, all hitting pit road. There comes Chris Hockley as well in the 14. These drivers all coming down pit road for service. Jeff By Jr. is already on the roll. That was just a splash for that driver of the 97 car of Jeff By Jr. He's going to blend back up on track. Those drivers for certain will be good to go the rest of the way here at Daytona. Just a real-world race update right now. The Daytona 500 is back underway. Actually, the last stage is coming to conclusion here. Denny Hamlin out in the lead right now. Ryan Preece, Austin Dillon, Kyle Larson, and Austin Cindric in the top 5. Just under 30 laps to go here at Daytona for the OSR 250. Season opener for the Cup drivers here. We're going to step away for just a moment. Eric Myers is leading. You're watching the Sim Racing News Network. You heard me mention at the top of the broadcast, these drivers are not only looking for an opportunity to bring home a season-opening win here for the OSR, but they're also fighting for a chance to put some money in their pocket. The winner of tonight's race is going to walk away with $50 across an overall pot of $100. The 9 car. Now, Jeffrey McConey right now, currently running 6, was the winner of the halfway $10 prize. And he is clearly within striking distance of that win. And he'd be able to take home $60 tonight if he could get it done. 28 laps to go here. As these drivers get ready to go back, green flag racing now. It's about to pick up here, ladies and gentlemen. If you've not been tuning in, you better sit up and get ready. These laps are about to fly by. Green flag is back out here at Daytona. Eric Myers in the 96 on the bottom, leading everybody down the front stretch here. Coming off into turn 1, Tyler Persley on the outside. He's made that outside line work for him all night long. He's going to have a little bit of help here as well, though. Can he hang on and get shoved by the leader of the 96? Halfway down the backstretch, our leaders are even right now as they get ready to enter turn 3. The top 10 side by side, the 95 of Bill Tomer on the outside helping Pursley. Here comes the 9 car as well. This bottom line all in trouble right here as they come across the stripe. 2 by 2 is Eric Myers and Tyler Pursley on the outside trying to hang on. This 6-car pack is pretty tight right here. As I mentioned, the intensity's going to pick up, and this restart is certainly evident of that. Cody Ditto right now is in 8th on the outside. He's starting to fall back a little bit, though. Finlayson and Spencer Steinman right there trying to hang on to the top 10. They're not on go power just yet, though. But these top 6, they're side by side, nose to tail, coming across the stripe. We haven't got a chance to do it just yet. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. Let's ride on board tonight with a couple of these drivers. Oh, we may actually have a lead change right here. A little too soon to be saying that. Tyler Pursley, it looks like he's able to get out front and get clear. He did. He's going to be the new leader on the bottom line. That's going to speak the 95 of Bill Tomer as the leader on the outside. He's got the 9 car of McConey on the outside. That driver has led some laps tonight and been really aggressive up front. Tomer is going to lead the last time by. 25 laps to go in the OSR 250 here at Daytona. That outside line starting to come apart a little bit, led by the 9 car. Hey, they are starting to fall back as the 95 of Bill Tomer gets clear on the bottom. Pursley I won't say lets him in, but he's certainly right on the bumper now. And that bottom line lined up and ready to go. Oh, we've got contact. The 96 involved. The 30, I believe Cody Ditto's also involved in this. He is, and he's got major front end damage. No caution yet. And there it is. Caution is out. The 9 car going to be scored your leader. I believe that may have happened around Will Dravicki, rather. He was in the wall. Let's see if we can go back and see what happened here that got Ditto involved. And I believe that will only leave the 44 of Pelfrey left in those KTM cars. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, it actually looks like this may have started with the 33 getting out of shape. Let's see if we can find that real quick. Of Pursley, where's he at on my list? Give me just a moment, we'll take a look. All right, let's rewind just a little bit, get a better idea of what happened here. This actually is going to involve the 95, the 9, the 33. Actually, the 9 and the 95 make contact. That's going to check the rest of the field up. And it looks like Richard Lucky, Philip Ellis, Kyle Finlayson all made it through there, but Cody Ditto is going to have some major front end damage, and he is most likely going to be taken out of tonight's event. In the meantime, we take a look at the top 10. Jeffrey McConey right now is your leader. Hunter Colbs is running 2nd. Bill Tomer, he's running 3rd. Tyler Pursley is currently in the top 4. Britt Van Meter is in the top 5. Philip Ellis, he's currently running 6th. Richard Lucky, of all people right now, he's up to 7th. Kyle Finlayson, Dave Whitney, and Jeff By Jr. all scored in the top 10. Less than what's going to come to the cross the stripe here. 22 to go here as we see folks hit pit road. That's going to be led by, I believe, Bill Tomer. I believe he's going to be Bill Tomer, Jeff By Jr. Wes Gillen is also going to come. Oh no, Wes Gillen has got some major damage on the front of that 50 car. That's going to end his night as well. That'll probably take him out of competition. You see Cody Ditto with some major front end damage. His night's most likely done. I believe Zach Myers is going to get the lucky dog here in the 07. He's going to work his way around back to the lead lap. Several really fast race cars taken out of this here on what is the 5th caution here tonight at Daytona, but it's still anybody's race. A lot of drivers up front. Britt Van Meter running 4th. Philip Ellis, Richard Lucky running 5th and 6th. Kyle Finleyson's running 7th. And then, as I mentioned, newcomer, our leader at the halfway point. He very well could be near the most laps led prize as well. The 9 car of Jeffrey McConey. He's currently running, he's running in the lead. And Hunter Kolb's running 2nd. Tyler Persley running 3rd. Newcomers leading. And we're going to come right back with the continued coverage of the OSR 250. The opening race for Ohio Sim Racing's Cup drivers right here on the Sim Racing News Networks. We'll be back with you in about 60 seconds. 100 Combs. Jeffrey McConey leading the front row. Pace car lights are off. That means we're going to go back green flag racing here with just 20 laps to go. I think it's safe to say this is where the race starts. And green flag is back out. The last 80 laps have all been just waiting around because it's about to tee up here in Daytona. That outside line doesn't get rolling very well. Hunter Combs is going to fall in line behind McConey. Persley is going to be right in tow. In the meantime, Britt Van Meter is trying to make something happen on the outside. Hunter Combs is going to move up in front of him. Here comes Richard Lucky in the 41 as well. That outside line's got a big momentum push here. Not sure it's going to be enough to get by the 9. He's been strong all night long. He's got Persley on his bumper, but 3 cars should be more than 2 here. We'll see if it adds up. Hunter Combs, the tip of the spear on the outside. All of a sudden, the top 10 now all mostly side by side here. Everybody jockeying for a little bit of position. Hunter Combs hanging tough on the outside. Half a car length, he pulls the 9 car. He's got Van Meter right on the bumper. Richard Lucky in tow on the outside. The 33 has no help on the bottom, but they're still able to maintain. Outside lines really starting to form up here. Ellis is up there now as well. And all of a sudden, the outside stalls out. Hunter Colbs is going to try and sneak in behind the 33 of Pursley. He's going to get it done. That's going to leave now the outside of Britt Van Meter. Richard Lucky, nose to tail down the backstretch. Two very strong very strong drivers there. If anybody could get it done on the outside by themselves, it'll be those two. You see Kyle Finlayson on the move on the outside, about 5 car lengths back. Hunter Colbs back to the nose of Britt Van Meter. That's going to stall out the inside line for just a minute, but I don't think they're going to have enough to get clear of him once again. The 33 right to the bumper of the 9 every time Hunter Colbs pokes out there. It just doesn't look like they quite get the run they need to get on by the 9. That was a pretty big gap out there with Hunter Colbs almost a car length out, did not jump down in front of the 9. Britt Van Meter, Richard Lucky all forming up that outside line. Here comes Kyle Finlayson there as well. John Chappell up into the top 10. He's also up here in the running. You see Jeff Bye Jr. there on the inside line, about 5 or 6 rows back. Again, as I said, this restart, this was going to turn the heat on. Everybody's now running with a different level of intensity. You see Richard Lucky off the bumper of the 27. That's going to create a gap there where that inside line's going to get a heck of a run, and you see it. The 9 out front now. The 9 and the 33 gets about a 4-car gap on the bottom line. Those two have stayed connected quite a bit here recently and run very strong on the bottom. Still side by side. The front 4 still duking it out here. But that 33 is connected to the 9 in a way the outside lane is not figured out yet. You see Britt Van Meter scrub up the track a little bit. Here comes the 31. That's Philip Ellis. He's up near the top 5. And he's looking for an opportunity to get up front here. I believe that's teammate. I believe him and Richard Lucky are on the same team. And those two running side by side in the closing laps. The 9 car still able to hold court. The 33 just giving him great pushes down the backstretch. And Hunter Colbs and Britt Van Meter and Lucky, Richard Lucky there just haven't quite got the outside line figured out, but it's okay. They're coming down to 13 laps to go. Still got plenty of time. If you are looking at any of these drivers and wanting to talk about who could be the pick to win this race here in the closing laps, it could be anybody. Anybody's race so far here. As we again get down to the closing laps, you do not want to be the leader. I think for the most part, a lot of these drivers want to be running second, third, or fourth. They want to make sure they get to a spot where they can get a clean run and make a last lap pass, which is Daytona is notorious for. As it looks like the top 12 here has started to break away from the rest of the field. Actually, maybe about the top 15. Crossing the stripe, 12 to go, led by the 9 car. Again, our halfway leader very well could be the total laps led winner tonight as well. Jeffrey McConey and the 33 there, Tyler Pursley. Tyler's been very impressive all night long. And they've been able to do things paired up with the 9. He's been able to do things that a lot of these drivers haven't shown they could get done. As they work around the lap traffic there, a couple cars limping around here. In the closing laps, 11 to go. That bottom line continues to hold court here, the 9, led by the 33. You see Philip Ellis there in the 31. He's staying a couple of car lengths off that 33. And he's done that pretty consistently. That's not really changed the runs those top 2 on the bottom get, but that'll be interesting to watch as, again, the laps continue to wind down. Britt Van Meter has got Hunter Combs right as a hood ornament there, pushing him down the backstretch here at Daytona. Still not able to really get clear of our leader, McConey. Also appears that Richard Lucky is settled back down onto the bottom line. Most likely getting in position to help his teammates here in the closing laps. You see the 41 right there on the bottom now. He's underneath Hunter Combs. Everybody's lined up as they work by some lap traffic here. 9 to go. Again, working through some lap traffic. They're doing it with ease. 8 to go here at Daytona. The 9 car continues to show he has got a fast hot rod. Tyler Pursley right behind him. Those two have been connected at the hip the last 15, 20 laps or so. Hunter Combs and Britt Van Meter is also on the outside, not letting him get too far away. As one of the better pushes I've seen the 27 give Combs all night long. That may be indicative of what they're capable of doing. Here comes Kyle Finlayson as well in the closing laps. I believe that's still Langford as well up there. Seven to go. Before we get too far into it, again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the SRN tonight. We're going to do our best to call this race as clean and fair as possible as we go down to the closing laps. We may not be able to decide a winner based on visuals. We may have to go back to timing and scoring. We hope you hang back and wait for that. Oh, as you see right there, Hunter Combs, he leaves Britt Van Meter, the guy who brought him to the party. Hunter Combs goes to the bottom. Britt Van Meter is now leading on the high side. 6 to go. We appreciate everybody tuning into the SRN. If you want to join this great group of drivers, we have a Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup. 3 races a week. Head on over to OhioSimRacing.com for more information. Hunter Combs in the spot that I don't think anybody wants to be in right now. He's leading with 6 to go. McConey, who has led a good portion of these laps tonight, on the bottom, tucked right into the tail of that car. But they've got some trouble brewing. You got Finlayson. He's up behind Van Meter here. That could be something to contend with. Or that could be contended with. And then you've also got Richard Lucky, a third in the bottom. He's also got, I believe that's a team driver with him hanging around. Philip Ellis is in this pack as well. 5 to go. Finlayson gets high and out of shape, and that's going to give an opportunity for Lucky to pick up Van Meter on the outside. Going to give him a big shove coming out of turn 4. Van Meter now even with Combs. Van Meter's going to stay high and not chop the nose off. 4 to go. Lucky back to the high side. That split up Finlayson and Van Meter. But that's also going to bring Philip Ellis to the high side as well. Hunter Colbs. Jeffrey McConey on the bottom. McConey leading a good portion of the laps with 33 right behind him most of the way. Till a lead change about 5 laps ago. Hunter Colbs was able to move down off the bumper of Van Meter on the backstretch. In the meantime, Van Meter is going to poke half a car length out. He may be credited. He is. He's going to be credited with leading that last lap. Things get tight. Van Meter and Colbs wreck on the front stretch. And there it is. Caution is out right now with 3 to go. Oh, we've got several cars wrecking under caution. McConey in the 9. He's going to take an impact there. Kyle Finlayson looks like he went off track as well. What in the heck happened there? This was after the caution came out. That may have been Jeffrey Johnson on the outside. Something happened with him. And that just got a bunch of lead lap cars tangled up in that. Wow, what a very interesting turn of events here in the closing laps of tonight's race. And Hunter Colbs gets tangled up. I believe that was Britt Van Meter as they were coming across the stripe. They were trying to avoid that lap car. Hunter Colbs came up and tagged Van Meter. That is not the way you want to see your race in there. As Van Meter and Hunter Colbs both are probably going to be out of the count here. Richard Lucky has currently scored our leader. Tyler Pursley is second. Kyle Finlayson third. Philip Ellis, Bill Tomer rounding out the top 5. Jeff Bye Jr. still Lankford. And Jeffrey McConey, he's got some serious engine damage after probably leading the most of the laps tonight. He was our leader at the halfway point and unfortunately is not going to have the finish he'd like to see. Van Meter, for the most part, looks like he's got a relatively clean car. That 21 machine, or that 27 machine looks fairly decent. Hunter Colbs may have taken the brunt of the damage there. Van Meter may be able to clean it up. He's currently running 9th. Under caution for the 6th time tonight here at Daytona. We're going to go back green flag racing officially in overtime. We've had 3 races this week and all 3 have went into overtime. We should have known Cup was not going to be any exception. They'll have 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish here at Daytona for OSR. And Richard Lucky is going to be leading them down for the first attempt, followed by Kyle Finlayson, Tyler Pursley, Philip Ellis, and Bill Tomer. We're going to step away, get ready to bring you the overtime action. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the Sim Racing News Network. The pace car lights are off, and they're going to have an opportunity to go back green flag racing again. Officially in overtime for Ohio Sim Racing's 250 Cup Series debut here at Daytona. 3 attempts at a green-white checker. This is officially going to be attempt 1. Richard Lucky electing to take the high side. That's going to get him paired up with Philip Ellis, and then you've got Kyle Finlayson and Tyler Pursley on the bottom. Got the 95 there, Bill Tolmer, Jeff By Jr. in the third row. Still Langford, Britt Van Meter, John Chappell, and Dave Whitney rounding out the top 10, but we're going to see what happens here. It's still anybody's race. They'll get the green flag with 2 to go. The next time by, they'll take the white flag, and then the next flag will end it. Unless we have something happen prior to them getting back around. Keep an eye on this outside line here of Ellis and Lucky. And they go very quickly. Ellis pushes Lucky out front. They get clear. Green flag back out here at Daytona. We're in overtime. The 33 gets paired up with Finlayson, but man, Richard Lucky and Philip Ellis, they left like a rocket ship. 4-car gap back to Finlayson. That gap quickly closes, though, here, and Finlayson's got to figure out where he's going to go. He's not going to have any choice. He's actually going to stay behind the 31. That's surprising. I really expected to see him try to make a run on the outside. Jeff By Jr. back there. The 33 gets tangled out of the bottom. He's been a driver to get it done on the outside, though. Can he still do it? They're going to come across the stripe. The white flag is out here at Daytona. Team alliances, agreements, everything's out the window right here as Richard Lucky in the 41. Out front, Philip Ellis running second. Top 3 single file. Nobody's ready to go yet. Here comes Finlayson on the outside. Bill Tolmer giving him a shove down the backstretch. This is the last time they'll be down here. Ellis dedicated to Lucky's 41 bumper. Jeff By Jr.'s up to 3rd. Everybody's jockeying for a spot. Finlayson's not going to have a run on the outside. Team Rice looks like they're going to go side by side at the stripe. Richard Lucky, your winner here at Daytona. Congratulations to the 41. What a shove. And the 31 of Philip Ellis is going to score his second place finish here tonight. Jeff By Jr. is going to come out of this 3rd. Kyle Finlayson and still Langford rounding out the top 5. What an exciting finish there to this race. And that was wild. That really was. But Richard Lucky, he came home last season with a ton of wins, and he is certainly starting off that way once again here. Let's take a quick look at the race results here. As Richard Lucky going to burn him down on the front stretch. Philip Ellis, Jeff By Jr., Kyle Finlayson, still Langford, Bill Tolmer, John Chappell, Tyler Pursley. Well, that's a rough finish for Tyler after running up front for a good portion of the race. Britt Van Meter 9th, Brandon Burkhart 10th, Burkhart 10th. Dave Whitney 11th, Jeffrey McColney again, that driver in the 9 car, bringing home that 12th place finish. Chris Hockley, Ryan Pelfrey, Wes Gillen, Cody Ditto, Jeffrey Johnson, Hunter Combs rounding out the top 18. We're going to get ready for some post-race coverage right here on the SRN. We'll be right back with you. Hang tight. Richard Lucky in full celebration mode there on the front stretch. We're going to quickly talk to Jeff By Jr., who materialized a third place finish after running about 10th or so there with 5 to go. Jeff, congratulations on that podium. Talk to us about the run there, the last 4 laps or so.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Everybody kept trying the outside, and they just kind of fade back on the outside. I just stuck to the inside to the end there. And I had texted Philip during that caution to see if he had a partner. I never got a response back. So I just kind of locked onto his bumper there at the end, tried to push him, and was hoping maybe something crazy would happen between him and Richard. Maybe I'd have a chance at the end.
Jeff, talk to us about the outside line characteristics. We saw a lot of drivers, some of them able to hang tight out there, some others not. Throughout the race, was that outside line viable all night, or was it really going to come down to the inside?
I feel like you could actually make it work. You just had to have somebody you trusted and somebody that could, hold a real steady wheel. You really have to be smooth, and you have to be able to get on somebody's bumper and not hit them in the corner, but be able to push them down the straightaway. And so it really, you saw the cream rise to the top there at the end. The guys that were really good pushing ended up at the top.
Jeff By Jr. Rose to the top himself, is going to finish 3rd tonight here at Daytona. Congratulations, Jeff. And we'll move over to our race winner. He had some strong runs in 2020, and he's going to follow that up with a win here in the season opener. Richard Lucky, congratulations on that win. Man, I don't even know where to begin. That the pit strategy looked like it was going to be a little hairy there about midway through, and somehow he ended up in the front at the right time.
Oh yeah, me and my team. It was me, my brother Phil Ellis, John Chappell, and Golan. We're all teammates on Warrior Esports, and we just all wanted to stick together on that first pit stop, and so that put us on a different cycle than most everybody else. It didn't look like it was going to pan out for us, but we knew it was a long race, and there was going to be a lot of cautions left to go. It just kind of worked out. I don't really know what to say. All my wins in OSR, this one was the most exciting, probably.
Richard, and we talked about trying to get a win here to kick the season off, and this has got to be a good feeling. But talk to us about what this means going into next week or Daytona. We're back here at Daytona, but we're going to the road course, and you're known as a little bit of a road course ringer here with OSR. This has got to feel good to have one in your belt already.
It was real good. Just looking at everybody that's in this league, it's going to be really tough, and this A car is going to tighten the field up a lot more than the B car is. I am excited for next week, but looking further down the road to the rest of the season, it's nice to get a win and get locked in and get some points, and just getting out of here clean would have been, with the top 10, would have made me happy. But I just can't thank my teammates enough, especially Phil there at the end. When we were going down the backstretch on the last lap, he said, "I'm married to you." So I knew he wasn't going to leave until the last second. And at that point, I was pretty sure we were going to have it. So I don't know, really exciting stuff.
Richard Lucky, your winner tonight here at Daytona. Congratulations on that, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you many more times throughout the season. We'll head on over to the bridesmaid himself. I feel like he finds himself here in this position, and we've had these conversations. Mr. Phil Ellis here, finishing 2nd tonight. Staying dedicated to a teammate there. You've got to find that commendable, but man, one spot short of the victory tonight.
Yeah, man, it's the car owner though. I can't leave it. I really didn't expect to be there at the end. The pit strategy threw us off, and it was tough getting back. I mean, it was tough.
I'll ask you the same question I asked Jeff By. I know that outside line, it really kind of, it seemed like a couple different drivers had a couple different strategies, and we saw Pursley up there a lot on the outside, hanging on by himself. Did you feel like you had a car that could go sit up there and make something happen if the timing worked out for you, or were you pretty much stuck, were you married to that bottom line?
I think with the right car, like Jeff said, up high, if you had the right pusher or you were the right pusher, you could definitely go forward. Me and Chris, when we were a lap down, went through the field basically up high, and it worked well. I actually was pretty frustrated. I was stuck on the bottom there for a lot of that last run.
And Phil, I'll ask you the same thing I asked Richard. Coming into next week at a road course, do you feel like you've got a piece to be reckoned with amongst a big group of talent here with OSR?
Yeah, we've got some road course ringers for sure, but I've put in a lot of practice and feel pretty good about my odds to at least come away with a top 5.
Philip Ellis coming home second tonight here at Daytona. We appreciate everybody stepping up and taking care of some post-race obligations tonight. And you know what? I tell you what, it has been an exciting race here with OSR at Daytona. Season opener. Richard Lucky is going to take home the $50 prize pool for the win. Jeffrey McConey, the newcomer, he's going to take home $10. We've got a lot of other things that were up on the plate there for potential take-home prizes tonight. You can head on over to Facebook, do a search for Ohio Sim Racing for more information about who's going to take home some of those winnings. I want to thank again everybody for hanging around for post-race tonight, and we appreciate you tuning in. Without you, there's no reason for us to be here, and we appreciate it. Again, want to thank our sponsors, Hawk Dizzle Design and West Gillen Body Shop, for all of their support through this OSR season. We're going to head on out of here. Tomorrow night, the Drivers of the Truck Series step up once again in Race 2 right here with OSR. I'm Sean Fitz. Thank you for watching the SRN. We'll see you tomorrow night.